Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Southern Caribbean. We are here today in the Asobo ATR72, and we're going to try and make a respectable go of this approach into Piarco. We're flying from American Virtual today. Had a great approach and landing in this airplane yesterday in the Caribbean livery in, let's see, where did we go? St. Lucia. So we're going to give it another go today. See what we get. So let's go to the descent checklist. Alright, FWS recall. Nada. Alright, landing elevation is set automatically. FMS nav data performance, let's do that. Performance. Okay, so what we have to do here, I'll show you what I'm doing as I do it. Otherwise, what's the fun? Right, dismiss. Alright, so let's go here. Anybody who watches my channel knows that transition level is for landing. So flight level 5500, which makes no sense, but it's okay. Makes no sense because, I mean, there is no flight level 5500. Just, I don't get it. I never will. It's one of the mysteries of life. Let's check our weather here at Piarco. Alright, we got winds 120 at 14, visibility unlimited, well greater than 6, scattered 2200 feet clouds, temperature 29, dew point 23, QNH 10101, so let's go, let's say 120 at 14, 120 at 14, no gusts, boink, and QNH is 1011. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, that our approach speed is 110 knots, and so that 110 knots. Landing data, yeah. Good, let's take a look at our payload. We're looking nice and good. Okay, so this is something I had trouble with yesterday, which was setting the altitude NAPCO of 4,100 feet, so that's what we're going to set. Let's see, 500. There we go, 4,100 feet. Airborne for 2 hours thus far. Been a relatively long flight. FMS nav data set. Decision height is category Bravo aircraft. Doesn't matter because it's the same no matter what. So let's go MDA. I mean, it is technically decision height, but it doesn't really matter. Minimums are the same no matter what. We're going to set decision height because that's what it is. One thing that I've already noticed that I forgot to do was to sync my heading always a good choice. Once we hit topic descent, it should. And there we go, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, the angels are singing. Look at this. Perfect. 4100, 4100. Let's jump to VNAV path mode. Life is good, ladies and gentlemen. Life is good. I'm really happy about that. So one thing you got to watch out for in this situation is to make sure you don't mind letting it basically get up to red line. Pretty much. You just don't want it to go past it. So you got to be careful. There's Piarco up there. Decision height is set. Alright, arrival briefing. So I want to keep a good lookout for. I'm going to pull the throttles back just a little bit right now so it doesn't get. I don't want to even get close to that 250. Let's do our arrival briefing. We'll be flying the RNAV approach. What did I say? I said I wanted to sync my heading. There we go. As you can see, the speed is 243, 244. Yeah, I'm getting that close. No. See, I'm gonna pull. I kept pulling the power back and back and back, and it didn't make any difference at all. So finally, I just pulled the throttles to idle, and finally started going the other way. Because once you get up, if you hit 245 or 250 rather, it goes into safety mode where it just goes to excuse me, goes to a particular. Goes to a particular pitch to slow you down. I don't want that to happen. So, the approach into Piarco. ATIS we've got. I do not see any controllers online. Just check and make sure. On VATSIM there are not. So this is an RNAV approach, final approach course 105. Talus is mandatory, altitude is 1700. It's glide slope intercept. LNAV VNAV decision altitude is 350. Height above the ground is 320 feet. Airport elevation is 58. Runway elevation is 30. Airport elevation is set automatically in this airplane, so we don't have to worry about it. Minimum safe altitude around the airport reference point is 4,100 feet. Where is the airport reference point? If you look on the chart, the approach, the taxi chart, it'll show you. It'll tell you. It's just an arbitrary point that they select, and that is per GPS where this airport is. If you put in the airport coordinates in the GPS, it'll show right there. Because they have to pick some point where the airport is. You can't just say it's here, because this is, 2 miles long, this runway. So they have to pick some arbitrary point, and that arbitrary point is right there. Alright, so minimum safe altitude, what does that mean? In non-mountainous areas, it means you have 1,000 foot of obstacle clearance. Or in mountainous areas, 2,000 feet of obstacle clearance within 25 nautical miles of this point. So we got 4,100 feet, which also happens to be, by the way, NAPCO, the altitude for here. And check it out, look at this. So the highest point right here is 3,075 feet, right? So where do you think they got this altitude for NAPCO, or for NAPCO? This is clearly non-mountainous terrain. We're in the Caribbean. So it's 1,000 feet above the highest obstacle within a 25 nautical mile radius, which is 1,000 feet above this point. That's how they come up with 4,100 feet for NAPCO. It all makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. It all makes sense. Missed approach, climb 1500 on a track of 105 and a climbing right turn to 4100, direct Amira and hold. Because the thing is, if you're at 4100 feet, you're not going to hit anything. That's what this is all about. 4100 feet is, if you are, let's say you're in the clouds, you get disoriented, you get lost, or you have some sort of mechanical problem, engine issue, whatever, you know, I left those on the entire flight, it's unbelievable. You know, seatbelt sign is on as well. Good. You know, you need to know, how do I stay safe? What's a safe altitude for me? You look at this number in your chart, and you know, if I stay at that altitude, I'm not going to hit anything within 25 miles of this airport. And the other side of it is, you know, look, if I get to 3,500 feet, hey, not good, but I know I have 1,000 feet below this to play with, sort of, if I need it. Alright, transition level, flight level 5.5. We're getting down there right now. Once we get 10 miles to NAPCO, I'm going to hit the approach button to see what happens. Alright. So, descent angle is 3 degrees, so we're figure probably 550 feet a minute. Descent rate is what we're going to need to stay on glide slope, give or take. Alright, 10 nautical miles from NAPCO. I am going to hit approach mode and nothing happens. Okay, well. So we'll just keep descending in approach mode. I'm going to check arrival briefing complete. Approach, seatbelt sights, landing lights on. Everything we're set and checked. We're gonna set that here shortly. I never hit standard on the altimeter, which is really bad. Alright. Not good, not good, not good, but we're learning. I'm gonna set cabin altitude. Cabin rate is 0. Cabin altitude 500 feet. Shit. Pull up that chart right there. Of course, we're going to be loading the weather right now. It just has to be. What that means is that we are going to get a stutters probably. Which I really prefer not to have right now. Alright, so I'm going to start bringing some power out because I would like to start slowing down. And only that we have path mode. We are in terminal mode. Alright, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky here. Altitude select 3,300. Match, whoopsie. Alright. Piarco traffic, Eagle Flight 5596, turning a 10-mile left base, runway 10, Piarco. Alright. 3,300 or above. We're still on glide path. got a crosswind of 20 knots coming right here, so it's the plane is a little bit overcorrecting here, keeping us inside the waypoint. 2,500 feet is our next altitude. Alright. We are under 180 knots. I'm going to put that first notch of flaps in. 1,700 feet is our next altitude. Next altitude restriction. Piarco traffic, Eagle Flight 5596, turning at 10 mile final runway 10, Piarco. Until we get down underneath. Flaps are lower than gear 170. Alright. So, cabin crew advised. Alright. Talus is 2.3, so Piarco traffic, Eagle Flight 5596, 7 mile final runway 10, Piarco. Alright, I'm gonna go gear down. I'm gonna go. Flaps full. Disengage the autopilot. And we are flying, baby. So, power management. Oops, yeah. You're damn your way. Just holding this airspeed about 120 until we get a little closer. I don't trust the glide slope. You're going to see kind of squirts around a little bit. I don't trust it. Right now it says we're right on it, but again, I don't know if I trust it. There's a lot of moving around. Alright, gear down, 3 green flaps are set. Start pulling a little bit of power out. For white right now, so a little bit more power out, and then
500.
Stabilize and just trim that out a little
Approaching
bit.
decision height.
Okay, I add a little bit of power now. Decision height.
Decision height.
Continuing. Need a little bit of energy. There we go. Alright.
200.
3 white, 1 red. It's about what we want, really. Gosh, I love hand flying this airplane.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I really enjoy hand flying this airplane. Really do. Did you see that pitch up right there? Alright. So that's pretty good landing. Like I said, I like the way this airplane handles. It brings up the checklist automatically, but to me it brings them up just a little bit too late. Like I want the before landing checklist. I don't know, a good 15 miles out. So I don't know if that's realistic or what the story is. So I would call that a successful approach and landing. Piarco traffic, Eagle Flight 5596, clear the runway. Piarco. My neighbor right now is using a leaf blower, which I find is grounds for justifiable homicide. God, I cannot stand those things. I absolutely cannot stand those things. Alright, landing and strobe lights off. I mean, you know, if people, there's this technology called the rake. Heating probes. And it's a real solid piece of equipment. And it doesn't make your neighbors want to kill you. I mean, I'm probably being a little bit dramatic. But I literally cannot stand these things. I don't know if you can hear it over the microphone. I can barely hear myself talk. So, like I said, I mean, all in all, I think that was a pretty successful approach and landing. Glad we caught that. You know, VNAV path mode worked well. I'll feather that #1 engine. And we're going to shut it down. Well, this thing does run the airplanes. I really, if you read a story in the paper tomorrow about men beaten to death for using leaf blower in New York State, it's going to be me, and you won't be seeing videos from me for 25 years to life. sort of messed this parking job up, but we will get that squared away here. So the big ATR update comes tomorrow, supposedly, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Look at this. Look at this. Wait till you see this parking job. Wait till you see this parking job. Oh, that was so close. It was truly so close. Alright, let's bring that back to feather. Ready for the prop brake. We will set the prop brake. Prop brake is good to go. Turn the landing lights off. I like to leave, actually I leave the rotating beacon on because I've got an engine running. So all the other lights can come off. Alright, those lights can come off. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm feeling quite good about our lot in life. Once we get ground power, we will turn them on. Then we will shut down the number 2 engine. And that's looking good. Parking brake set, taxi lights off. Control 2 feather, beacon off. Transponder, let's turn our transponder off, that's a good idea. Transponder on standby. Tail prop. I kind of like the tail prop, I think that's pretty cool. Seatbelt signs off. Alright, we seem to be in good shape, ladies and gentlemen. That was my best, overall my best ATR flight. And here we are. This is a heritage route for American Airlines, so they used to fly this up until about 2010, 2011. And anyway, that's another landing here in the ATR. And definitely, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be going around in circles here. Looking forward to the update tomorrow, and I hope you guys are having a good day.